Hi, thanks for joining me. It's Chris, the guitar amp tech from Sydney, Australia. Where are you? Hey, eyes here, mate. Eyes here. Take your eyes off. Oh, look, don't worry about it. I'll come down to you. Oh, God. Today, we've got a Soldano SLO100. I know why you're excited, but this owner of this Soldano says that it's got this weird, buzzy, octavey sort of thing happening. So, sounds like an interesting problem. Yum. I mean the amp, of course. This is the legendary Soldano Super Lead Overdrive 100-watt version as used by Clapton, Mark Knopfler, Prince, Michael Landau, heaps of people. And Mike got his start about 25 years ago, working on his take on the legendary Fender Bassman. And like Jim Marshall did a few years before him, 25 years before that, he went his own path and he's created his own legend. And the difference being the Soldanos are just impeccably made. I haven't looked inside this one yet, but if it's like other ones that I've seen, the workmanship is just a work of art. It'll just blow your mind. So the customer is complaining about this having a strange octave sort of sound. So like you play one note and you can hear another note doubling on it. So it sounds a bit odd. So I think we need to pull it apart in a couple of minutes. I'll wait while you go and grab yourself your own cup of coffee and sit down, look over my shoulder, and we'll see if I can fix up this Soldano. Okay. See you in a sec. Yum. Yum. What? There's no twisted filament wires. Did Mike Soldano make a huge cock-up? No, he didn't. And I'll explain why. First thing, I'll draw your attention to this. So the filament winding, the 6.3 winding on the transformer, has no centre tap. So Mike's used two 100 ohm resistors to give it a ground reference, which is just there. And then here's our filament windings here. So that's one there, the second one in, and the other one is there, the third one in. And you'll see they're running very close to each other, those second and third ones. So when you have a twisted pair like this, whatever is induced in one will be induced in the other, and they will tend to cancel each other out. So because one phase will be going plus while the other one's going negative, and it's the same signal induced into both and then cancelled at the other end when they're summed. But Mike knows that also running the two wires very close to each other, as he has here, that it produces exactly the same effect. Another side benefit, of course, is the wires are less, because it takes a lot more distance to twist a pair of wires than just to run them side by side. And by using the solid core wires, as you've done here, which are all beautifully insulated, then using less wire, less length to pick up noise, close enough to still do the noise cancelling. Just beautiful workmanship. On printed circuit boards, two boards, both nicely constructed, separated from the power supply to the signal. I'll just adjust this so you can see beautiful chassis mounted pots here. Nice quality transformers, good quality capacitors, just beautiful workmanship. I'm going to have to take a photograph of this and blow it up, hang it on the wall, I think. It's just gorgeous. All right, the customer complained about an octave sound that was coming through. Predominantly you hear it on the clean channel. So I'm on the clean channel, selected to clean instead of crunch. And let's just have a listen. Sounds great. But listen to this. It took me a while to find it, but so we're on the clean channel. We haven't selected the overdrive channel, but listen. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a clear off, overdrive volume. So there's a clear indication of that overdrive channel leaking into the clean channel, which is why we're hearing this unpleasant sound. And just come around the other side and just watch the oscilloscope now. That's 22 watts, 22 volts RMS. 22 squared, oh hang on, 22 squared divided by 8. Okay, that's running at 60 watts. Now I'm just going to bring up that, still leaving it in the clean channel. Oops, back to where we were. And I'm just going to bring up the overdrive channel and see if we can see this interaction. So we're starting to see a bit of a jiggle. And look at the bottom of that signal. You see that? That's the impact, out of phase impact of the overdrive channel. Why is that happening? We've just got the clean channel selected and that's it. All right, we need to look at this schematic. Turning down the volume on the overdrive channel. The signal is beautiful. Just out of curiosity. Okay, that's where it's starting to clip on the clean channel. We're on volume 7. And we've got 27.3. 93 watts. Clean at the point of just starting to see a bit of saturation and clipping. It's pretty bloody good. I haven't even checked the power tubes yet. So let's have a quick look at how this channel switching takes place. So as we can see, the signal continuously goes through the clean stage and through the dirty stage. However, here's one opto oscillator here. When it is on, turned on, then that will pull that to ground. So we should have nothing there. But what if we do? And we'll check it out. Then that signal then goes through to this next stage. So we've got the extra gain stage. And it comes up here and it will be blocked if this one is not turned on. When it is turned on, then we should have a signal there. But once again, what if this is not totally off? Remember, it's not a mechanical connection like a relay. So let's just check these now. Let me just check VR1, which is down here. That'll do. So now when I hit the clean channel on the foot switch, that should go to 0. Beautiful. That looks like 0, doesn't it? Let's take a closer look. Huh. Not looking quite so much like 0 now. In fact, that is what we've got where we should be seeing 0. Now, if that was a definite short circuit, that will go to 0. Let me get a little shorting lead. That is what a mechanical relay would do. Still a little bit of noise there, but that's I've got a very noisy room, but that's what's coming out of this opto isolator. Big difference, isn't it? Looks like 0, but it's not quite 0. All right, let's have a look at the next stage. So that shit is coming through here and is being amplified by this stage. It comes up here. The signal comes out of here up to here. Now, when it is an overdrive, that will connect on, so that should be ideally totally closed. And when it is on the clean channel, that should be ideally totally open. So we're going to have a look at that leg there, which should be that leg there. And there it is. Notice our very nice asymmetrical clipping there. Okay, so now when I turn the switch to clean channel, that should be off. Right, so I should see nothing there. And there is that same signal that is making its way through those opto isolators to confound the signal on the normal channel. There is our octave noise. So turn the clean channel back on, overdrive channel back on, and bang, you know, we've got gobs of gain. So, what is there that we can do about this? Short answer is nothing, because it's just a design issue. It's a choice of using opto isolators instead of mechanical relays. So, I think what I'll do next is I'll just check the amp as a whole. I'm going to check the power tubes, make sure they're still okay. Putting out gobs of gain. I think I measured 96 watts clean before clipping. So I suspect the power tubes will be fine, but I will check them. So both channels will pass through V1B, and the gain channel will go through V2 exclusively, and V1A is exclusive to the clean channel. All right, so let's try the overdrive channel first. So an overdrive channel, if we've got any microphony on V2, it should be pretty obvious. It'll also pick up any microphony on V1. Okay, let's have a look. I've got a really noisy electrical room here, so we have to ignore that buzz. It's V1. V2 sounds pretty bad. Oh yeah. It's V2, V1, V3, 4, 5. Power tubes. Okay, there's two issues here. One is the, let's call them leaking opto isolators. They're probably just working within spec. Instead of being 100% conducting, they're probably 99% conducting. Instead of being off at 0% conducting, they're probably off at 1% conducting. But we're still getting some leakage through and it's causing us an issue. Have a look at the schematic. Hopefully you can see this. So what we've got to try and do is equalise, but we'll never equalise it because we've got an extra gain stage, but get closer to balancing the clean gain stage with the dirty stage. So because this amp has just got such huge gobs of gain here, I'm going to do this by dropping the level here. So even though when this is on full, we want to have a lower level here. So I'm going to drop these from these two triads from this V2 to a 12A Y7. So going from a gain of 100 to a gain of 40. So it's going to drop the volume a lot, which will bring the volume down here, which means less of it's going to wash through here. The question is, will we still be getting enough gain here? I think, yes, we will. The other thing we're going to do to try and increase the normal volume a bit is notice how all of these triodes have got a cathode bypass cap. Now this one doesn't. This is in our normal channel. So I'm going to put a cathode bypass capacitor in here. That will increase that volume a little bit, which once again will increase the normal volume compared to the overdrive volume at this point. So, and I'm going to use a 1 microfarad like he's used, and pretty much all of his other triodes. Didn't use one here, but we will here. I'm going to just, I'll just put it on with some these things, whatever you call these things, to just try it and see if it gives us the increase in gain, which I suspect it will. And I reckon then we're going to have more normal volume, less overdrive volume, probably still gobs of gain, and I reckon that might cure our problem. Then the next thing we're going to do after that is we've just got to make sure that we've got clean send and return jacks, because as you can see, our signal is going to go through this often contaminated contact here in the return jack. It plagues Mesa Boogies and Marshalls. We're just going to be sure that that's clean. I took out the 12AX7, which is at a gain factor of 100. They tend to be noisy. Personally, I find them a bit buzzy sounding. Much prefer a 5751, same family as the X7, but with a gain of 70, but a much sweeter sounding tube. I've actually gone for a 12A Y7, which is a gain factor of about 40. Now, okay, I'm happy with that. Next thing I'm going to do is try and increase the volume of the normal channel a bit. So I've got a little cathode bypass capacitor here. Is that my phone making that noise? Sorry. And you'll hear a pop when I should only have about 2 volts on there. Where's my... Let me just check this before I go sticking my hands there. Yep, 1.9. All right, you'll hear a pop. I'm going to try and play consistently. Ha ha. All right, here we go. Okay, I definitely heard an increase in level. Let's see what it sounds like. I've used the same value of capacitor. I've got the overdrive maxed. I can't hear any of that octave thing. I spoke to the customer and I said, this is what I want to do. I'm going to solder that across the cathode resistor. I'm going to piggyback it, stand it up high so that the future tech will be able to go, what the hell's he done here? And unsolder it and take it back to stock if he so desires. Next step is we've got it hooked up to the oscilloscope again, pretty much as we did in the beginning. So I'm just going to, I've got the normal master on full, and I'm just going to bring up the normal preamp level. Okay, so what's that? That's on about 12 o'clock position. Now, when I started to increase the preamp of the overdrive, we started to see distortion around here. Now I've got it at half volume, 8, full, beautiful. I am very happy with that. No sign of any overtones from the leaking channel. So I think we've cured that problem. Out of curiosity, I'm going to see what our volume is now before clipping. Now, let me just turn that off so I can see it clearly. There's our clipping. Oh, I'd say it's just there. What do we got? Yeah, right. That'd be 27.2 volts because I'm still on times 10, I think. So 27.2. Let's see what that equates to. 27.2 squared divided by 8 ohms is... Okay, so we've got, call it 93 watts before any clipping. I'm really happy with that. This is one loud mother. Now, that's it. We'll have a look at the preamp at the gain channel for a laugh. It's going to look horrendous. Okay, let's put the master of the gain channel on full. All right, barely notched it above. Okay, let's put it on 1. At 1, we're already at full volume. That's 34 volts. This thing's just got such massive gain. Oh, going clear. Where are you? Yeah, 34 squared divided by 8. Bang, 145 watts. Yikes! On the drive channel. And oh geez, I don't mind that. That looks quite nice. That's overdrive on full, master on full, gain on about, preamp gain on half. Let's get it up to 1. Oh, look at that. I don't mind that. That's pretty tasty sound. I reckon that'd sound pretty good. That's overdrive channel on 1, master on about 6, and it's putting out huge gobs of watts. Cool. I wonder if this thing sounds... Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Bit of asymmetric clipping. That's what we like to see. That's what we love. Oh, that's just getting... I just don't like that. But let's see how crazy this thing's going to get. Let's put it full preamp on 11. This is going to look pretty ugly. Yeah, we got a square wave. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know why people like that, but they do. It just shows you how much gain it's got. All right, I think I'm going to now check the power tubes. I reckon they'll be all right, but I promised the customer I'd do it. And then I might just give it a general service of pots, sockets, tube sockets, and then reassemble. I've got the normal channel off. I'm in the high gain channel, and I've got the overdrive on around about 1, the volume on just over 1, and it's incredibly loud. I'm going to be plugging in my PRS Santana model with the pickups I've pulled out and put in the Antiquity pickups. Oh my God, that was amazing. The tone was amazing. The volume was unbelievable. I had preamp volume on 1, master volume on 1.5, and it was just ear-splitting. I hope you got something out of that video. If you did, can you please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already? And I'm going to see you at the next video.